welcome back to Piano Lessons with the Kindergarten program. My name is Dennis Wong and let's get started with our next lesson in unit number 2. So today we will learn about legato. Legato means connected. So all this time when we played the piano, we played 1 and we left the key, then 2, then 3, then 4, then 5, just like this. Now we will learn how to play connected. Connected means you walk from, as an example, from C to D, right? You don't leave the key in between. You walk from C into D. And you let C go once you get on D. So one more time, C. And that's what it sounds like when it's connected. So I'll show you the difference. This is not connected, so non-legato is this. And now connected. So you're walking from one key into the other one. And you can also float off the keys here. All right, let's try this exercise. So let's take a look at it first. There is something new here. And what is new? The slurs here are new. So the first thing we want to do, we want to use glitter glue or watercolors or pencils, whatever you guys have available, and trace. Whoops. I don't want to use too much because it might be run down the page. And trace all these legato slurs here because we want to make sure that we pay attention to them and that we notice them on our next sheet music or on whenever we play songs again that might have a legato slur. Yeah, so that we get used to the look of it and pay attention to it whenever we see it. Okay, so we trace our legato slurs together. The most fun is to use glitter glue. Let's try to play this now. It's a very easy exercise. We just want to make sure that we're actually connecting the notes. So once a slur is done, I float off the key, and you can try that too. So let's play the first 2 measures one more time. We have C, D, and I'm walking into C. And float off. And float off. And next one. We have C, D, E, and then skip to 5, but there's a little help for us. There's a finger number 5 written there, so. And for 5, because 5, the pinky is our shortest finger, right? I'm trying to lean into the 5 here with I'm using my arm for this. I'm leaning into the 5. So let's try this measure 3 one more time. We got 1, 2, 3, 5, and float off. Then it starts from 5 and it skips to E, down to D, down to C, and float off. One more time. Float off. Next one starts on D. Float off. And we're in measure number 6 now. Pinky is on G. Finishes on a long whole note C. So I would really make sure that you float off after every slur is done. So you practice it as if in little groups. So this is a group of connected legato notes. And so forth, right? Let's take a look at the next one. So this was in the treble clef. We only had the treble clef. It was only the right hand playing. But now we actually have the bass clef here. We have the bass clef, so it's our left hand practicing the next activity. And our thumb goes on the middle C here, and we see the legato slurs. I almost forgot. We need to trace the legato slurs on this paper as well. So let's trace them, whoopsies, real quick. We have one here, one here. Then there's a non-legato section here because there's no slur. And we have another one right here. Okay, let's try to play this one from the beginning. And float off. And then the next one starts on finger number 3 after we had this long pause here. Finger number 3, it goes up, up, and back to 3. And float off. So I connect it and float it off. Then we have non-legato, so it's not connected here. It's 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's try this one more time. 4, 3, 2, 1. And then 1, 4, 4, 4. Still not connected. So it's not this. It's 1, 4, 4, 4. And finger number 3. Here on A, there's a legato slur again. And it finishes on a long whole note C. Alright guys, so I recommend practicing these 2 exercises a little bit more, to practice to play legato connected with the right hand and to play legato connected with the left hand. These are a little bit easier than the songs that we've been working on lately, but the main focus here is to make sure that the notes are connected, and you can also make sure to float off, so you have a group of legato notes and then you float off and then you have another group of legato notes and so forth. If there are any questions about these 2 exercises or about legato, slurs, or anything else, please let me know. Please ask me. Don't hesitate to ask me. And yeah, I hope to see you guys in the next lesson.